Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris Bonner here, Power Training TV, everything athletic related. So a couple of you guys asked me a question as far as athletic calisthenics, and I figured I need to address this because this is something I left out of the booklet. That's actually a good idea. You know, I designed this for guys who couldn't get weights, who couldn't train weights, or were too young, or they just wanted a break from the weights. But the question was how do I incorporate this if I am weight training, following a weight training program? And I thought that, man, I started wrapping my mind around that, and it led me to a series of thoughts. So the way I look at it is, if you're following a sophisticated weight training program, a decent one, we'll say that, how about that? Usually, typically, you're gonna see your high neurological functional movements up front. You might see your speed, your plyometric type movements. Those are typically going to be in the front, and then you're going to see usually your strength, power in the middle, and then I want to say your auxiliary and supplemental. I don't know exactly what program you're following, but this is my experience from what I've seen other coaches. So now you ask, how would you incorporate that? So this is a good question. Now, if it's set up the way that I said that it was set up, okay? You can follow the first two parameters, what I call complex sets, the isometric and speed, and the tempo and shock, and place them before your strength training. So say you're gonna hit heavy squats that day, okay? You can go ahead and hit the isometric speed, lower body, the tempo shock, lower body, and then it'll be followed by your squats. And then if you wanted some more accessory work, I have a couple, I have a core circuit in there, or I have some different things I do as far as the torso strength, as well as some basic repetitions working in different planes of motions. Those can be added as your auxiliary and supplemental type movements. Now, if you're somebody who is fairly experienced, you can find, and your weight training is, say you're somebody who's really trying to work on your big three, your bench, squat, deadlift. You can go into the gym and perform your bench, squat, and deadlift first, and completely perform the entire athletic calisthenics immediately after you hit those big weight training functional movements. So there's two ways you can add it in. I always say this. When I make a book, I always give you a workout, right? I think there's like, there's 20 plus weeks of workouts in there. I give you 16 videos explaining exactly what I'm looking for when you're performing the exercises, the movements. But I always say this, think of this more of a resource. Anytime you purchase some kind of workout or anything, you're adding tools to your arsenal, whether you're a coach or an athlete. You're learning new ideas to figure out what's best for you and what's best to apply that stimulus for your performance to increase, okay? So take any amount of those and be able to plug them into your training. Sometimes if your structural integrity isn't there, sometimes some of you guys need repetitions with body weight. You have no clue, or it shouldn't be anywhere near the weights. So that's another food for thought, all right? So I hope this helped you guys out. Chris Bonner, Power Training TV. I'm gonna talk to you guys next time.